Bergman. That's your front two rows. Just waiting for them to get the off. There's Horn, Fellows isn't there actually, neither is Dunlop. Finley on the outside, but then the next row back it is Vaughan Main and Bruce Telford. And I tell you what, Telford got an absolute flyer off the line there and down into turn one. I think Jared Horn's still got the lead as they head down towards the bridge, and he goes under there, but Finley was right up the inside there. Through the up and over they go, and Scott Finley's actually lost a couple of spots there as they come down towards the Golden Homes hairpin. Although no, he's actually grabbed a couple back again, and he's chasing up the hill. He's chasing Jared Horn as they drop down into the Porsche Dipper, and consequently just drives straight past down the inside and takes the lead. Nice bit of driving there by Scott Finley, or riding I should say. You can tell I'm a car commentator, eh? Down the long straight they go, down towards the Dale ITM sweeper, and in they go down. It is Scott Finley with the lead from Jared Horn and Vaughan Main, and we come up the hill there. I think Bruce Telford is in that little bunch as well. I'll have to wait for them to come across the stripe, pick them up, so I can identify who's whom as they come across the line now. And it is Scott Finley, Jared Horn in second, then Vaughan Main, then Bruce Telford as they head down turn one. So they come under the sign here. Scott Finley, great start from him. Horn through in second, Vaughan Main comes through next. Then it will be Bruce Telford as they come down into the Golden Homes hairpin. And Telford comes through in fourth position. Fifth is Paul Bergman, Ben Mayo next, then Sean Parker. Up the hill, down into the Porsche Dipper. And Scott Finley is making every post a winning post at this point in time, with Jared Horn chasing him down hard, and they're pulling away from Vaughan Main in third place and Bruce Telford back in fifth. And sixth is Ben Mayo. They're starting to stretch out now, but Finley is definitely got the bit between his teeth, and Horn is trying everything he possibly can to get on back onto the back wheel of that Suzuki in front of him. So three Suzukis at the front there. Across the stripe they come, and the gap between them, I'll tell you what, Jared Horn fast as that. The gap between them was 0.4 of a second across the stripe. So that was that's basically about a bike length and a half at that speed. And up front, I tell you what, Horn is absolutely late on the brakes down into turn two and draws himself right up in the back of Finley. Across the top of the up and over they come, heading down towards the Golden Homes hairpin. And Horn is absolutely wringing the neck out of that thing, trying to get on the terms with Scott Finley in front of him. They're pulling away from Vaughan Main and Bruce Telford, and they've got a bit of a gap back to Bergman and Sean Parker. But the scrap on at the front is the one to watch as Jared Horn tries everything he possibly can to get onto terms with Scott Finley as they head down the straight now there. Horsepower should be identical. They're both on the Suzuki SD650s. So through the turn 10 they go. I think Finley's responded a little bit here. He's just opened up the gap a little bit more back to Horn, and he must have looked over his shoulder and seen Horn there. Thought, but hang on, look at what's going on behind here as we come up the hill. That is that's Vaughan Main and Bruce Telford are climbing all over each other across the stripe. And I had what I said about Finley was sure he's just set the fastest lap of the race, so he's opened up the gap a little bit on Horn, but down into now Bruce Telford's taken over third position from from Vaughan Main. Although Vaughan's got other ideas about that, tries to take it back through the up and over. Meanwhile, our two lead bikes are going down into Golden Homes hairpin, and Scott Finley has now decided that no, he's not going to let Horn any closer, and he's opened up the gap. Now we've had to change the position back there from Vaughan Main's got back past Bruce Telford as they go down into the Porsche Dipper. And then right in behind those two Sean Parker and Paul Bergman are battling it out, and then the next two back from there, Sam Greenhall and Dean Sumner are having a go at crack at it, and right in behind them it's Ben Mayo and Kerry Chapman. But at the front of the field now, it is, oh look at this, they're just climbing all over each other, those guys. But it looks like Scott Finley has decided, no, that's it, I'm not having any more of this, and he's just riding off up the road, and he's going to leave Jared Horn in his wake, because that gap's now gone out to over a second, where it was 0.4 of a second last time round. And then if we go back to the fight that's going on behind him, and now it looks like Bruce Telford's getting a bit closer back to Horn. Then we go back to Vaughan Main. No, we haven't. We've changed position there now. Or do we have a change of position? Oh, somebody's come off their bike at... There has somebody's come off at the Up and Over. Can't pick out who it is from here, but obviously okay. And down into... Although at the short straight they go, and this time Scott Finley has definitely got that bit between his teeth. Now Telford is now up in the third. Vaughan Main's dropping back, and he's got Sean Parker and Paul Bergman all over the back of him now. So that's getting a bit tight up front as they all go around the sweeper together. And up the hill they come. Lap is out now. Sean Parker now the fourth from Vaughan Main's dropped down to fifth. And but back at the front, let's have a look and see where our two lead bikes are. They're coming down into the Golden Homes Hampton now. Scott Finley has really opened up the gap now back to Jared Horn. Horn was on close to him before, but now look at this little Connie Telford there, and Vaughan Main's got back up into fourth position, displaced Parker, and then Paul Bergman in there too. So down, I think that's Bergman's just come back past Main into the Porsche Dipper as they come out of there. And our lead bike coming through turn 10 now, heading out of there, heading up the hill. Go back to our group in behind there, and that is... Can't pick out who's coming up here. I think Bruce Telford, Sean Parker, Vaughan Main. Sean Parker, Vaughan Main, I think that is, as they come across up the hill, across the strike. And it will be, yeah, Bruce Telford. So it was, Scott Finley took it out from Jared Horn by 4 seconds in the end. And then Bruce Telford was next man through. Further 0.3 back from Sean Parker in fourth, Vaughan Main in fifth, sixth was Paul Bergman, Daniel Price was in seventh, eighth was Dean Sumner, ninth Kerry Chapman, and rounding out your top 10 was Ben Mayo. That was your Mr. Motorcycles intermediates, and great racing from them. Next up is the Carl Cox Motorsport Higher Song Cup.